Hi everyone, how you doing? I know it's really late right now. It is late. I normally don't even scope this late. Thanks for coming in the room. But I have been out and about, and we just came in for some meetings. But I definitely want to touch base with you guys. So thanks for coming in the room. Anybody replays at least? All right. Yeah, it is late. It's like almost 11 o'clock, I think. All right, so my name is Myles-Jenkins, and I'm a spirit-led Christian coach, and I'm excited to talk to you guys today. Thanks for coming in the room. I'm excited to talk to you today about 3 reasons why you are despising your small beginnings. Yes, you. Despising your day of small beginnings. Why? Why do such a thing? Well, there's many reasons, but I'm going to just go through 3 reasons, right? 3 reasons why you will do that. Now, we know that, you have a plan to be somewhere else, but with the small beginnings, you tend to judge it. Why? Because we'll get rid of that person. That is so hilarious to me. I always see people making these off-key comments. I must have moved up into another level, right? I'm going to take it as I came up some, right? My small level just got big by just getting a troll, just talking trash to me, all right? Anyhow, right. So, the Bible says, do not despise the day of small beginners, or there's very different versions of it. I like the NET Bible that says, for who dares make light of small beginnings? Don't make light of small beginnings, right? Because they're pretty heavy. Now, it's always hard to just start. If you're live streaming, more important is the fact that you start, right? It doesn't matter how big or small your platform is. It's just starting is the most crucial thing ever, right? Okay, so we're going to go into these 3 reasons. I hope the lighting is okay. So we're going to go into these 3 reasons. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to start with number 1. So the first reason is that you underestimate the impact that you're making, right? So here's the thing. The impact that you're making is not for you. The impact that you're actually making is for somebody else. The other person is on the receiving end of what you're doing, right? So you're blessing them. So you don't need to know how you're blessing them. You don't need to see the fruits of how you're blessing them. You just need to know that you're in the right place at the right time, that you're being obedient, and that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, that's your fruit. That's your blessing. That's where your concern is supposed to be, just being obedient and doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? How it impacts somebody else. Okay, so it is nice to know that you're impacting someone. I get that, right? But sometimes we can be discouraged if we don't see, if it doesn't meet up to our expectations, right? So, it's making an impact. You know that people's been blessed, but you want to see the fruit of it. You want to see how is it making an impact. You want to see that when you gave that person word, they ran with it, right? All the way to the extreme. Well, that's not necessary. Keep your eyes focused on Jesus. Keep your eyes focused on what God has asked you to do. And if you do that, you'll be in a safe zone and you won't underestimate your position. You won't underestimate how God is using you, and you won't make false judgments that's going to put you in error for no reason. When I say a false judgment, a judgment that, am I really making an impact? Is it really worth me doing this thing? That just brings it opens up a door. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sister Delali. Thank you. I appreciate the hearts too. Thanks very much. All right. So when you do that, it opens up a door for offense, and it opens up a door for discouragement. And you don't want none of those things. So most important is to just stay focused on the fact that you're just being obedient. And if you just reverence that, if you just hold on to that, okay, that you're just doing what the Lord is asking you to do. And if you just embrace that to its fullness, then you won't worry about whether or not it's making an impact, because ultimately God is going to ask you to minister to God's people because it's going to make an impact, right? We really know it's making an impact. You just don't need to see it. Now, remember Jeremiah now, prophet Jeremiah, he was given the word of the Lord. God told him to go to his people and to tell them that judgment was coming. It didn't matter what message he released. He didn't get the impact that he saw, and it was a discouragement to him, right? And right from the beginning, God said, what do you see, Jeremiah? And he said, I see a boiling pot. And so God said, yeah, my wrath is coming. So it doesn't matter. It didn't matter how many times God told him to speak to the people. the impact didn't change. Their behavior didn't change, right? Men and women and children, got caught up in the fire, got caught up with when the enemy came and there was a siege. People got hurt, and people died, but it didn't change. His word did not change that situation. So, in other words, he just had to be encouraged in the fact that he was just doing the Lord's will. So sometimes your message to God's people is not even going to change the situation. But what it's going to do in his respect is establish the word of the Lord. In that time, in that season, the word was established. For God said that he does nothing unless he reveals it to his prophets, his servants. Okay? All right. So number one was, don't underestimate the impact of what you're doing, because you don't see the impact. Okay? Just know that there is an impact. And keep your eyes on Jesus. The second reason is because of misconception. And there's a misunderstanding of the process. And so I've talked a little bit about that. Okay. So, having the wrong idea and wrong perspective about what God is doing will cause you to keep your eyes off of him. So just like we talked about with Jeremiah, he could have easily thought, okay, if God has shown me this, then this means that the children of Israel have an opportunity to what was I going to say? They have an opportunity to escape the wrath of God. Not so. God already knew what was in their heart. He knew what was going to happen. He just had to speak what was going to happen, and it was established through the mouth of the prophet Jeremiah. Okay, and then the third thing is lack of trust in the process causes fear. And that it's not, so lack of trust. So not trusting the Lord, not trusting that God is using your small beginning for a purpose. So sometimes we think, our platform should be bigger. Well, you know what? The small platform is working something out of you, right? Just like I'm doing the scopes right now, it's working something in me and it's working something out of me, right? So what is it working in me? So it's working in me a level of consistency to make sure I come up here at least 4 times in a week, establish a routine of coming, of studying, of bringing a message together, seeking the Lord for a message and releasing it. It's establishing that in me, okay? And then it's also removing some things out of me. So whether it's fear of, fear of live streaming for one, right? So fear or no fear, I still got to do it. I still got to do it. Fear or no fear, I still got to do it. Okay? Fear of whether or not anyone's going to even show up in the room. Fear of whether or not I'm going to get in the hearts or not. It doesn't even matter. None of those things matter. What matters is that that the Lord's eyes is going to and fro, and that he sees me where I'm supposed to be at. That's what really matters, is that when he scales through my house, he sees me doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the most important thing. Okay? So we've got those 3 things of why we would despise the days of small beginnings. One being underestimating the impact that we're making. The second thing is having a misconception or misunderstanding of the process. And then the third thing being lack of trust in the process. Okay? Lack of trust of understanding that God is doing something in you, through you, and out of you. Okay? So you don't want to have to work some things out of you in a big platform, right? You want to hope that God knows what you're dealing with, and he'll do it on a small scale, right? So be encouraged. So whatever God is asking you to do, run with it. I just want to encourage you to run with it, okay? So that's it for tonight. I shall be on tomorrow morning. I normally come on anything between 8 and 8:45 in the morning for a couple of minutes, just a little powwow of motivation and inspiration. But I enjoyed spending time with you this evening, and I want to thank you ever so much for being here with me. So God bless. I'm going to sign out now. Take care, and God bless you all. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Good night. God bless you too, guys. Good night.